What's up, everybody? It's Alex Ghost, and I am finally bringing you the Equilibrium Solo Flawless Dungeon Guide that I had promised last month. Yes, it took me a little while to get done, and real life stuff came up, so I couldn't dedicate my entire time to it, but the last week, I did dedicate every single minute to this until I got it done. Alright, and I got it done probably a week ago, but my original footage got corrupted, so I had to remake this. That's the story, and I'm sticking to it. So let's get started. All you gotta do here is just eager edge your way out of here. You don't even have to fight any of these guys. You can kill the dogs if you want. I just throw on an Arc Soul and let the Arc Soul do the work. You can either jump from this cliff or you can take the dedicated path on the right. I usually just jump from here because why not? So I'll throw my Praxic blade and kill that turret. And then I'll kill this fucking walker. Bastard. And then I'll go ahead and take out the other two turrets. Just because they're annoying. But you don't have to take them out. You can just kill the other walker and they'll despawn. Alright, so before we begin, I'll just explain the layout, which I'm sure all of you already know, but it is a guide after all, so I'd be remiss if I didn't mention it. Anyway, we have these mechanisms like this, one in middle, one on left, and one on right. You can't miss it, they're there. These mechanisms provide a force field for these openings. So you'll want to start the encounter. You'll have to kill every enemy around the vicinity of the mechanism. I only do the one in the middle because that's the only one I use. Either way, kill them all, kill everything. Once you do, drop pods fall from the sky. The shielded red guys pop out. You must bait those shielded red guys over to the machine. Have them proc their blast mechanic. As they're doing that, you're going to activate the mechanism. And the blast will destroy the mechanism, causing the shields to go down. Next, you'll want to go into the room, grab a falcon, and ride along the entire perimeter of the arena, because on the ground there will be puddles of buff. Ride over those puddles and you'll see that you'll have a meter that starts to get filled up. This buff is called Shadow Novice. So pick up the buff until full, but don't stop picking them up because you have a timer on this buff, and the more you pick up, the more you will refresh your timer, and you'll be able to last longer. So once out of the room, you must bait the shielded red guys to proc their blast mechanic. As they do that, you will hit them with the buff. This will strip them of their shields and cause more drop pods to fall with walkers in them. Kill the walkers, kill the rest of the red guys, make more drop pods with walkers come down, kill those walkers to progress through the encounter. Once cleared, you should be able to move on to the next encounter. So let's see how it goes. I will say that once you go and ride the track, the puddles will change positions every time you go in. But there's only 2 positions per puddle, so it's not that bad. Once you learn those 2 positions, you probably will never die in here. But learning those positions, yeah, it's a little bit tricky. But like I said before, it's not so bad. So just keep practicing, learn the track, learn the positions of the puddles, and you'll be fine. Now there's little scions that are on the left, right, and center. They're pretty annoying, so I just kill them. An important tip, this dungeon is about buff management. It really is. It's very important for you to pay attention to the timer of the buff. It's very important for you to know what kind of buff you've got, because there are 3 tiers to the buff: Shadow Novice, Shadow Apprentice, and Shadow Master. So it's important for you to know which buff you have and how long you've got for that buff to expire. Another tip, it's good to know where the drop pods fall in this encounter, because you don't want to get one-shotted by a drop pod. So the drop pods fall on both left and right side of the launch pad, and in the middle up front where the launch pad starts and where we put our rally banner down. Also, there are 2 types of walkers in this encounter. The first walker is the Fortis, and the second one is the Gloriosus. The Gloriosus being the more tough, more healthy of the 2, and they can easily kill you, so be aware of that. Alright, first encounter done. Now on to the next one. Now between here and the boss encounter Harrow, you really don't have to fight anything. You could just run right past. But of course, if you want to kill them, kill the enemies, then that's fine too. It's up to what you want to do and what feels good for you. Personally, it's like 50-50 for me, depending on how I feel and how many times I've done this that day. So here we're going to go ahead and break the 3 fuses to open the hatch. And to get across the gap, I like to use Eager Edge Sword. But you can use anything. You can use Strand, Grapple Grenade, whatever's best for you. But I like to use Eager Edge. It's my go-to always, and that's what I'm sticking to. Now remember, this particular hatch, when you break it, there's going to be an explosive behind it, so don't stand too close to it when you break it, because that will kill you. We don't need a rally banner. It's just a waste. Here's our boy. The way this is going to work is once we start the encounter, we want to leave this room. The doors will not open from this side. They only open from the outside. So we must look out the window and see if there's anybody coming through so we can wait and go through the door. All right, once we go out the door, we must gain buff up to Shadow Apprentice. So grab the buff, get to Shadow Apprentice. Then we will go into a room where we must activate 3 keys. All right, so you find the keys, you hit it with the buff, and you activate it. In the room, above the door on the inside, there are 3 lights. They will be red when you first go in. With every key that you activate, 1 light will turn green. Having all 3 lights means you've cleared the room, so you don't have to go back into that room again. Just go on to the next ones. After you've activated 2 rooms, what I like to do is come back into the boss room and activate one of these generators. Once you've activated one of the generators, I will go back outside, finish off the last room, come back into this room, and get ready for damage. All right, let's give it a shot. I'm gonna go ahead and pull a Matrix here and just jump over the boss a couple times. It's pretty fun. He's right, the boss doesn't know what to do. Just jump right over. Alright, so we got 1 buff. We need at least 1 more, and then we can go into a room, and there's Centurions in there that also drop the buff. Alright, so now we got that. I'm gonna turn on my Arc Soul. Go in here. Look, here are the lights. 3 lights red means no go. We got our buff. Three lights green means go. Now we're going to head into the boss room to turn on the generator. The best thing about that is that we're not going to have him on our back beating us like a damn slave. Pop my Phoenix Dive and my Arc Soul so I can gain Devour from the ability kills. Now we will just finish off the last room and get ready for damage. I'm not sure if it was this room. Nope. I was trying to tell myself, last room you were in was blue or red, because see, that's a red room. The room on the other end is blue. Alright, we're ready for damage. I like to pop my Phoenix Dive, then eat my Arc Soul, go through the door, kill the Kabali boys, hit the boss with the buff. There he is. Then shoot the fuse, bait the boss into the hole like a dumbass. He falls in. Then we hit the boss with 1 buff, 2 buff, 3 buff. Boom. Run away. Engage with the Kabali boys a little more. Then shoot the other fuse. And bait the boss into this hole. Now where the hell is he? There he is. Dumbass. Then hit him with the buff. It's damage time, boys. I pop my Transcendence, hit him with a grenade, hit him with some threaded spikes, then go into super, whoops, hit him a few times, then bait him over to the generator so we can smack it and extend damage. Like he doesn't know you're there. What an asshole. And there we go. Wasn't the best damage, but it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna go ahead and skip to the last encounter, just because I don't want this fight to go on longer than it has to. So you gotta get right up in that hole. You wanna get right in that hole right there. Alright, we have one more terminal to turn on, or generator, whatever you want to call it. This boss can't remember 5 minutes ago. It's funny, such a cool boss, and to kill him by dropping him in a hole. That was not bad. That damage was better than the first two. Since we've used up all the generators, there aren't any more to get. So no more going into the boss room. We're just gonna go straight to room number 3 and finish that one off for more damage. Oh shit, don't fall off the edge. What a bastard. So we just pick up the shadow buff, and you'll hit these keys to reveal the switch in the middle of the room, which you will need to activate so you can open up the hatch to let you out. Alright, remember guys, don't try to flex your friends by showing them that you can make this jump, alright? If you're like me, you can make it, but if you're just a regular person, then I suggest you jump to the platform closest to you. But most people can't be me. I know, I get it, guys. It's really, really hard. My heart goes out to you. I have to switch out to a scout rifle here. So I just shoot these little scions. I hate them shooting at me when I'm jumping. So I'll set them up with a pair of cement sneakers, dump them out in deep space, and let the space sharks devour them. This is just another friendly reminder that you can't be like me. Not everyone can. So I suggest you wait for this platform to go through its up and down cycle before you attempt to jump. Otherwise, you'll just end up in space with the space sharks and the scions. You don't want that. And need I remind you that you need a strong mental aptitude for this. These fucking enemies, they throw some weird shit at you. Some crazy shit. You end up dead. And that's the truth. Oh, the bane of my existence. This series of jumps is what got me most of the time. I've since gotten over it and kind of mastered it, but it was the bane of my existence. It wouldn't see me be happy in life nor in death. Just take it easy, take it slowly, and just negotiate the jumps properly and you'll make it. If you can't do it now, you'll do it later, but you will eventually get it if you're having trouble with it. This little motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Now I'm gonna kill your brother and your trans sister. How about that, you fucking cunt? Alright, now just jump over to this platform on top. Just take it nice and easy. Then go ahead and drop down and catch your jump to make it onto this platform. This is my bane. Hop up, don't hit your head, and get through that part. Alright, it's not that hard. It's your nerves that gets to you. That's what causes you to die when you get nervous, make mistakes.
The heart of the Praxic fire is the Guardian. Without the Guardian, fire does not ask or act. Be the fire, or be smoke on the wind.
Smoke on the water. I'm just kidding, I don't even like that song. We're replacing the Voltaic Shade with High Tyrant. And we're replacing our Sinencia with Commemoration. We're also replacing our mods on our chest piece from Void to Arc, Double Arc. And our melee resistance to Concussive Dampener. I don't have any fonts, any grenade fonts, so that is what it is. Just give me a sec. I'm going to smoke a quick half cigarette. So, just so there's no confusion and for total transparency, I edited this part of the video to reflect my original solo flawless. Up to this point, this is a different instance, but I do come back and replace the Dredgen-Sere battle with my original solo flawless Dredgen-Sere battle. So you're gonna see my Praxic blade go from darkness crystal to yellow crystal, and that's why. So now that you know, let's get into this. First thing I like to do is I like to get as many shadow buffs as I can. I want to get out of here with full shadow buff master. Sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't. Just depends on the RNG. Tickle fingers. He gives us so little buff. Pop him, kill him, and race towards that Incendior. And we just missed getting buff, but we'll go get it down here, and we'll race back up so we can compel the shadow in the middle. God, those fucking thrall. And we're gonna get some more buff. At least to Dredgen-Apprentice. Oh, I guess we're gonna try to go for Master. I don't know if we'll make it. We got it. So I just want to let you guys know that every time you shoot an orb off the wall, you will add time to the room you are in. And also, for me, personally, I only focus on the pylons directly to the right and left of me. If they're down, I will put them up. Honestly, those are the only two I worry about. I know that there's all kinds of pylons around the whole room. It takes so long to get the damage. I'm not going to mess with all the other pylons because honestly, I'm never back there. I always do the damage from up here, so. But if you want to turn off the pylons to feel safer, do what you got to do. Here we're going to turn on the platforms, and we're going to go up top to compel the shadow that's there. And grab the buff. So as you can see, shooting those two orbs gives us a whole minute in this realm. Shoot the tickle fingers, wait for the shielded red guy, the Kool-Aid man, hit him with buff, kill him. Now we're gonna put up the pylons, and we're gonna shoot the orbs to get out of here after tickle fingers. Now I notice that the shielded red guy is right there. That's not good. I think most people like to start damage from the light realm. I don't know why, but I tend to start it in the Ascended realm. Granted, that's a little more dangerous, but it gives me the opportunity to go ahead and clean up this area first and then go into the light realm to do damage. Now, the danger there is that there will be the shielded red guy running around, most likely, so you got to do damage fast. Otherwise, he's going to come up to you and do his blast mechanic. That could be detrimental to your run. But, like I said, that's just the way I like to do it. Obviously, you'll have to figure out your own strategy to make this work. That's up to you how you want to do it. I'm just showing you the way I did it, how it's worked for me. So we'll just go around and we'll compel every shadow that we have left, which is 2. And I'm waiting for my grenade so I can eat it, because these snipers up ahead are they're something else, man. I hate these hobgoblins. They're terrible. They tend to spawn more often than any other enemy, I feel, and they're always there, and they're always blasting you. They have like aimbot aim. Now here's the next shadow. And our last shadow is going to be in the bubble, which we just need one more buff. Compelled. All right. Now we've got to make it back to the middle, the center of the arena, and shoot the orbs in order to go back to the light realm to do damage. Note from future Alex. I wanted to tell you guys that every time you compel a shadow, it adds 2 seconds of damage to your time. So you compel all 5, that's 10 more seconds. If you kill them all, then you get 20 seconds. If you compel them all, you'll get 30. This is how you will hit damage check. And now that we have our full Shadow Master buff, we'll come up to this platform, we'll kill the phalanx, and we'll spawn the platforms to go up to the top, where we will gather armor charge. I don't get armor charge. Now, something important to add is that you must meet damage check in order to prevent the pylons from coming up and spreading arc all over the arena. All right, so that's how you prevent that. So let's just jump down and take out the orbs on the wall so we can go into damage. You really do want to get your armor charge. I thought I had it, but apparently I don't. But either way, just if you have it or not, just go into damage and just beat the shit out of this dude. When you compel all the shadows, it will be easier for you to meet damage check. If you don't, then Sere will bring down all the pylons and rain arc upon you. If you decide to kill a couple of shadows and compel the rest, it will be a little harder to meet damage check. So it is up to you to figure out how you want to go about doing this. Whatever is best for you. All right, and there's no rush, there's no timer. You just have to stay alive. And I will mention that once damage is over, you probably won't have the buff. And it gets a little tricky running from the red dude. Especially when the red dude pops his blast mechanic, you're getting hit by Tickle Fingers. And he comes back to hit you, then he hits you again, you're almost dead, and you're like, dude, get away from me, because you can't pop his shield, you can't do anything to him, so you just have to run around until the 30 seconds are over. Then when you come to this realm, then you still have no buff, and the shadows are going to start blasting you from all directions, because they're everywhere. And here, I almost die, like, I don't even know what's going on. That was very close. From all angles, just getting shot up. Took a wrong route or something. So yeah, there's a lot of tricky situations that are particularly annoying in this encounter. So you'll just have to roll with the punches and learn what they are, or at least kind of what they are, so you can stay alive without falling to your death or getting killed by shadows or getting killed by hobgoblins or getting killed by phalanxes booping you off the map, etc., etc., etc. Now here we're going to blast your fingers. Watch out for these Kabali boys. Blast his shield. Break it. Kill him. Pop that orb. I missed. Ridiculous. Dude, those dogs are absolutely rabid. Pop his stupid shield. You know the deal. So let's compel this one in the middle. Got her. Grab the buff. Let's jump across and grab another buff. And we're gonna wait it out in this bubble, force field type of thing. All right, we've got 7 seconds. We're gonna wait until the very last second to grab the buff. Well, I guess not the very last second, but something like that. And we'll pop our arc grenade, arc sentinel, and we'll wait for her to do Tickle Fingers. We're lucky that the 2 pylons that I like to take care of are not down, so we don't have to worry about them. And remember, guys, if you are using this build, if you have your Arc Sentinel on and your Helion and you're going to go compel a shadow, you can kill it with your little buddies. All right, so just be aware of that you can kill them with your little buddies. It's happened to me many times. And if you're not apt to doing that kind of damage, which is not even much if you're just killing one of them, but it can kind of ruin your run, not gonna lie. If you just need that much more damage to kill it, you know? Trust me, I've died with just a hair of life left on the boss. That hair of health could have been taken care of if I would have not killed one of the shadows. You know what I mean? So here we're just waiting for the red dude with the shield to come around so we can kill it and shoot that orb. I thought I had killed him, but apparently he's still alive. Bastard. Shoot that orb. Now we're going to the Ascended Realm, and we won't come back here to the Light Realm until we've compelled or killed every shadow left. Oh, we're gonna get shot up by the shadows. I hate when that happens. We don't have full master yet, but we will be getting it. I'll let you guys know right now that that bubble right there is a perfect place to hide, especially if you're going back to the Light Realm. You pick up buff and then you go in that bubble and there's another puddle there. Wait till the last second, pick it up, and then just go into the other realm so you can start to de-shield the red dudes and remove orbs. And then once you've destroyed all the orbs, you can just stay in here for as long as you want until you compelled or killed every shadow. So then you can go into damage. I always get nervous when I come up to these dudes. Just as like 3 or 4 of them pop out. Like as soon as you kill one, another one pops out. It's terrible. And it's even worse when there's a shadow there to compel. And you're like, dude, how am I going to do this without dying? Or how am I going to do this without killing the shadow? You know? So here I'm like wondering, damn, I have to go up there, and sometimes, you know, it happens, but the phalanx will boop you, and he can boop you anywhere. He's booped me up to the fucking moon. Literally up to the heavens. There was no reason for me to land on that platform. I could have just went back, but it is what it is. So as we go up here, make sure if you do this and you're going up here, make sure you block as the phalanx tries to boop you like that, and then kill him if you can. We need one more shadow to turn on the keys for the platforms. Luckily, there's one right next to us, and we'll get that one. I hate that you can't see through the damn puddles. It's like, damn, dude, why? There's another phalanx. That was easy. Hit that. Platforms pop up. Jump on the platforms, and you can either take them all the way up or jump down to the center. Just depends on what's safest. But remember, when you're at this point, do get your armor charge. It makes a big difference, and I'll show you exactly how and why it does. So go ahead and shoot the orbs. Leave one so you could proc all the things that you need. In my case, it'll be Arc Soul, Halion. Then break that orb. Go into Transcendence. Hit her with your threaded spike, your grenade, pop your super, hit her with the Praxic blade. Go and do one more combo. Now shoot her tickle fingers. Then go back at her again. But again, we don't have buff, and we got to be very careful here that we do not get killed. The shielded red dude is running around like crazy. So be very, very careful of that dude. Especially because when he starts his blast mechanic, she tends to do her tickle fingers, and that is just not a cool combo. Alright? So you got to be quick with it, and just hope that you don't die. This is unfortunate for me because I will lose buff. Totally, obviously. I'm not, maybe, no, see, the tickle fingers comes out and I couldn't do anything. I was gonna go for that buff, but it just did not happen. It was not going to happen. So we have no buff. Now we gotta stay away from this guy again. I'm waiting for her to do fingers. There they are. And I run out of ammo on my machine gun, which is odd because that hardly ever happens. But apparently today they're pulling out all the stops. Let's run. Because obviously we don't, look, I'm dying, dude. This is not good. I got my health back because of Devour. Thank you, Devour. We got 30 seconds. Gotta run past this shadow again. Was I a nervous wreck? Oh my god, you don't even know the half of it. You will notice later on, a little later on, that the camera is totally shaky. Like that. Dude, I was just so nervous. Every jump, everything I was doing, I was totally nervous. Because I'd been playing this dungeon for days. And it was like this. Get to boss without dying. Every single time. Almost every single time. I mean, obviously there's going to be some stupid deaths. But most of the time, about 95% of the time, I was getting here to the boss without dying. Once I'd start this encounter, I would die immediately. I'd be like, I'm not gonna quit, I'm gonna continue. And the next instance of the boss battle, it's like every enemy and everything in the battle is totally pacified and chill. Like they're just letting me pass by. And it's like, dude, what the hell? Like, seriously, you guys were totally aggressive when I got here solo flawless. But now that I'm dead and I start again, you guys are totally fucking chill. I bet I'm going to lose buff some way, somehow. That's too little time. Way too little time for that stupid idiot to come out to me. Dude, that was bad. I'm going to lose buff. Yeah, 9 seconds. Oh, I swear I thought I was going to lose buff. It's happened many times before, and this time it didn't, and I surprised myself, so... God damn it. And that one never ever accepts your first fucking buff. It doesn't work. Alright, so whenever you see the dogs out, that means that the red dude with the shield is out. My sound died here, so I had to fix it real fast. So now that we're up here, let's kill that guy. He's dead. Let's pop that so we can spawn the platforms and climb up. We're gonna get our armor charge from the dudes up there, the Shadow Thrall. It's funny, they won't move until you attack one of them. Alright, we got 2 armor charge. And 3. Get off of me! Man, these thrall remind me of the protesters up in Portland. Or Minneapolis. We have all 3 armor charges. We're going to pop our Helion. We're going to eat our Arc Soul. We're going to pop that orb, go into Transcendence, go into the Light Realm, hit the boss with Threaded Spike, throw a grenade, pop your super, hit it with the Praxis Blade, do a few combos on her, just let loose. Shoot her Tickle Fingers, hit her with some more with the Praxis Blade. Armor charge really makes a difference because of the first damage phase I did not get any armor charge, and so as you can see I would have done it in 3 phases, but I have to do the entire mechanics for damage phase again. Alright, we're about to go over, but this time we do not have to compel any shadows. We will just have to kill them because the boss's health is so low that that's not going to matter. So we don't have to worry about anything. We don't have to worry about compelling. We don't have to worry about having any buff. We don't have to worry about the pylons. All we need to worry about is staying alive and taking her out. That's it. And staying alive is probably the hardest thing to do. All right? So here I'm just waiting for my timer to go down, and then I'll grab buff, get teleported into the light realm, and I'll continue to kill the shielded guys to take off orbs, to finally come here and not go back until I've taken all of the shadows out. So like I said, we don't have to worry about the pylons. So we're about to go back. Let's just take out shadows now. Now I think I lose buff. Yeah, I do. Anyway, I'm just gonna leave the commentary to a minimum now. You know what happens next, so yeah, thanks for watching. It was hard. If you liked the video and you found it helpful, at least somewhat, if anything, maybe you'd like to subscribe or at least like the damn thing. Lord knows it took me hours and hours to get this fucking solo flawless. Anyway, yeah, we'll leave the rest of it to the video, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Legends will rise, along with threats we can't yet imagine. But with you on our side, I think we'll do just fine.